What's good with YouTube? You already know. Big Flacco with a convict's reaction. I'm going to smash, dash, and slide on through with another reaction. Almost had you guys, huh? Please hit the like, subscribe, comment, man. Do all those things to help support the channel. And I'm falling over here, man. So let me try to fix this, guys. Okay, hold on. Please hit that bell notification, man, to see Flacco fucking have his bloopers on here, man. So, man, this is going to be interesting. Let's see how long I last. Anyways, man, I wanted to do something a little bit different, man. I wanted to react to another movie. You guys like how I did Shot Caller, man, so let's do another movie reaction, man. And I had to sit there and think about which movie I think would be the best one to even talk about, man. And, you know, I'm going to kind of change the direction a little bit, man. We're going to sit there and talk about a movie that was really close to a lot of our, you know, hearts if you were a 70s kid, 80s kids, and that was Colors, man. I mean, Colors had a huge influence on a lot of people, man. Maybe not so much down south in Southern California, but everywhere in between. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they were having people that getting shot in the movie theaters. They had people coming out that wanted to be Crips. You know what I mean? Giving themselves names like T-Bone and Rocket, and fucking throwing up the 21 backwards like fucking the 21st Street Pee-wees and all that, man. I mean, it was a movie that just changed the element of things, man. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of us that came from different areas started to want to gravitate towards being gang members, because before that it was breakdancing, tagging crews and so forth. And this was like in the 80s. Colors came on, everybody wanted to gangbang, you know. And I'm gonna explain later on how that gangbanging transitioned into the Mexican gangs turning into cholos, you know. I mean, I seen dudes that were white, Mexican, black, that wanted to be Crips back then a lot of times, man. That was really, really common, man. There's a lot of homeboys to this day, whether active or inactive, that at one time or another, they thought they were Crips. And that's the truth. You know what I'm saying? And because of that movie. Not in every area, but in certain areas. I know a lot of you guys know what I'm talking about, man. So Colors, man, I mean, to be honest with you, there was a lot of realistic details to it, you know, as far as how the gangbanging scene was, how people dressed, how people talked, how people hung out in the corner, how the cops were. There wasn't too many situations that were just pure theatrics, maybe a few, but other than that, man, it just showed you how people acted, how they thought. It had a storyline, a plot to it, man. And you know, my favorite fucking parts is when fucking when that broad that Pac-Man was seeing, when he finds out that she's fucking getting ran through by all the motherfuckers, and Looney Tunes comes out fixing up his pants, and she just got fucking ran through. And she's telling him, look at me, Pac-Man, I'm a homegirl. That's my favorite part, man. We used to fucking laugh our ass off, even the homie Joker and shit, when we were in the county jail. You know, and T-Bone trying to bone his rabbit. I mean, so they had some funny parts into it, man. They showed what element of the game was out there, the crack epidemic and the Crip blood conflict, and just how things were, you know what I mean? How there was neighborhoods on top of neighborhoods, you know? And its influence was huge, man. It had a huge influence. Everybody wanted to be gang members. You know? Everybody wanted to go out there and, you know what I'm saying? Have guns and put rags on and wear dickies and, you know what I'm saying? You know, overnight. You know? Now, of course, I've seen in the comments, well, LA has always been like that. I agree. LA had a tremendous influence on the rest of the world based upon this movie. You know, and that's the truth. That's the true reality of it, you know? And I don't think people realize that the amount of actors that were in this movie too, you know, Robert Duvall, Sean Penn, fucking Damian Wayans, all these other individuals, man, who went on to have, you know, an illustrious acting career, you know. Now, you know, that kind of movie kind of set the tone though for what was to follow, which was the Rodney King fucking verdict when they got beat down the riots, man. Because Colors kind of showed how a lot of times the sheriff's department was, the crash unit, and so forth, man, and how they operated. And it showed the rest of the world what was really going on in LA about this new fucking gang culture that was being spread out there. You know what I'm saying? Because there's always been gangs in LA, don't get me twisted, right? But they just started to spread like a wildfire. And it was just Gangbanging was your way of life. You know what I mean? For a lot of people, money was secondary. Family was secondary. All that stuff was secondary. Your gang was your family, man. You know? And a lot of us used to watch these movies, and we wanted to be just like the people that we were watching. You know? We put our gangs first. Even if we were from a fucking small town or something like that, man. Everybody wanted to represent they said. You know? And this kind of led to other movies to follow. You know, it helped the rap music. It helped all kinds of people, man. You know, Boys in the Hood came out, and American Me, and Menace to Society, Blood In, Blood Out, Mi Vida Loca. All these gangbang movies came out based upon this movie. You know, it had that much of an impact. You know, was it good? No, it wasn't a good impact. But was it real? Yeah, it was real. You know, it was probably one of the more real videos when it comes to that gang lifestyle that I've probably seen. I mean, honestly, that's how I feel. You know, and you know, other movies would follow. I mean, Colors is what made me want to be a gangster. It made me want to follow that same fucking path. I'm just keeping it 100, man. I'm not gonna sit there and sugarcoat it. Colors had an extreme fucking impact on my life because I wanted to be just like the gangsters I was watching these TV shows, because that's what I thought it was like to be a gangster back then. And I wanted to be a gangster. You know, and there's so many other people out there that had that same fucking thinking process and felt the same fucking way about gangbanging, man. And some of us went on to do it. Others fucking just did it as a temporary thing, man. Anyways, things got a little messed up, so let me park real quick and finish up this video real quick. So, overall, though, it was a good movie, though. I think it was one of the more realistic, you know, movies, because I think it was. They invested a lot of time into it, man, and the project wanted to make sure that it came as, you know, accurate as it could be. Whereas other movies came along later, there was a lot more theatrics, like Bound Bottom, Blood In, Blood Out, total theatrics. You know what I'm saying? Mi Vida Loca, theatrics. What Menace to Society, a little bit of reality, but a few things that were just kind of, I thought, were a little bit theatric. Boys in the Hood, real shit. You know what I mean? But movies from then on about the gang life haven't even been close at all. You know what I mean? It's just been glorified on the whole bigger grand scheme of things than what they really are. Whereas Colors showed you the trenches, it showed you the streets, it showed you the hood, it showed you how youngsters got involved. You know what I'm saying? It showed you about how people lose their loved ones. It showed you how people would commit themselves to this more than they would even commit themselves to their bloodline family. You know what I mean? And that spoke volumes to the rest of the world that, look, we have a gang problem, a gang issue, man. And it just spread like wildfire, man, like I said. Anyways, this is a quick reaction, man. Tap in the comments. Tell me what you guys think about it, man. It's probably one of my favorite movies when it comes to the gang lifestyle. And the reason being is because it opened everybody's eyes, man. It showed that there's a problem, that wearing the color is a problem now. That being from a certain street was a problem. It showed the racial divide. You know what I'm saying? It showed the divide between the community and the law enforcement, and the distrust, and why there was distrust. It just outlined everything perfectly, man. You know, a lot of the problems we have today, we were already having problems back then. Anyways, this is Flacco Convicts Reaction, man. Hope you guys have a blessed day.